Okay, right. Clap sync. 3, 2, 1. And time to start the video. So, I haven't made videos in quite a while at this point, and this one is in some ways going to be very different from everything that's come before. Day 1. 1%. So, barring any sort of urgent wrongness, this is going to be coming out on New Year's Day itself. That is the day that I am recording this on, and what I'm going to be doing is trying a new project. I've not been making videos the last few weeks last few months actually, for health and family reasons, and yeah, I'm tired of not making them. So now that the health problems are sorted, I can move on, and that is to an overly elaborate project, something that I've not really thought through. I'm going entirely on passion, and I don't know how to draw a passion fruit without it looking like an orange, even if I use the right colour. So I'm just going to move on. This new year, I'm starting a project where I'm going to post 100 videos in 100 days and do what I can to finish a book in that time as well. And as you can tell, I'm not really prepared for this. So, what do they say you need to be when you approach large projects like this? Smart. So that is specific, 100 videos, 100 days, 1 book. Easy peasy, nothing that hard. Measurable. That's these again. Achievable. In the past, I have managed to... wow, I'm just realising how unreadable my handwriting is, but whatever. In the past, I've managed to do NaNoWriMo. I've managed to start a book, middle a book, finish a book in that time. It wasn't great, but that was 30 days. I've got triple the time to do this, and so therefore I'm saying it's achievable. I've never made 100 videos before, even probably not made 100 videos total. However, if I put in this little forward planning into them, it probably will be achievable, surely. I think R is reasonable, and the thing about reasonable is I have never been accused of that in my entire life. I can only really do things that are completely impractical, but smate isn't a word, so we're just going to ignore this one and power through. And the final one is time bound. Like I say, I'm starting on Jan 1st and then going through 100 days, which places us at April 10th, 11th, thereabout. Yeah, whatever. That's where the goal is. So, people have disagreed with me when I came up with this idea, I think yesterday. But frankly, people disagreeing with me, that's sort of my wheelhouse, that's my area of expertise, is people saying this is never going to work in a million years. So yeah, I got that to go with, which is good. So what else is there to say? Well, to those of you who are new to the channel, this is authorial deficit disorder, and that is because I couldn't think of a word beginning with H that would fit into the thing, but I'm not doing anything to hide that part of it. That's why this video seems rushed, that's why everything in this seems disorganised, and yeah, that's why I'm setting myself a challenge that is almost impossible. I have just finished a book this morning. It's a book I've been waiting for a while. It's the new Dresden book. And honestly, I came up with this plan before I started the book because, you know, I devoured it in less than 24 hours from when I started. The thing is, Harry Dresden is a very bad influence on me. And that is because he's a lot like me, and that's probably not the best thing for me. However, I like it. I like that I can connect with the character, and I like that I will go against impossible odds, and that is where I actually feel comfortable. This is where I live, because everyone else, everyone who's neurotypical, has this box around impossible. They say, oh, this is what can be done, and never the twain shall meet. However, this lower box, it only takes one little crack to prove otherwise. And the fact that this is too big for me to really plan out properly, too wild, is why I'm going to be able to do it. Or, if not, and honestly, you know, statistically more likely not, I'm going to learn something from it. And that's good. You know, I'm going to get a chance to really see how this works, and when it inevitably fails, then I have something to learn from. What bit of this really ties it together? What bit brought me in? What got me excited? Why did I think I could possibly do this? Those are all learning things and can help me in the future. Or, if that doesn't happen, if I succeed, I've got a book. A book that I've not actually written a single word of. Well, that's not entirely true. There is a bit of a project that I began a while ago, but I'm throwing all of that out. The reason I'm throwing it out is because it's just a first chapter that I've worked on a couple of times, so working on it a third time is just going to give me a better depth. I have a rough outline, and from there I will be able to go through day by day and come up with 1% of the story. If you say a book is 100,000 words, that's 1,000 words a day. And with the rough outline and the benchmarks I've got to say act as checkpoints, I can just use those to push myself through. 100 days of doing what amounts to maybe an hour's work. Now, of course, that's not really how writing works, but this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm inviting you to join me on. And I hope that you do join me. I hope that you enjoy yourself. I hope that you can get something out of this and have a wildly productive new year. And obviously there are probably going to be things that get in the way, you know. At some point this year, probably in the next 100 days, I'm moving from the house I'm currently in to a completely separate house. Will that get in the way of making videos? Almost certainly. Am I likely to let it stop me? We're gonna find out. There's not really much left to say. I've outlined the impossible that I'm aiming to do, and yeah, this is my first video, my 1%, the first steps along a path. And join me, won't you? I think that's it for this video. As you can see, I now have notes that I can refer to and completely understand what I was trying to say with this. And until tomorrow, I'll catch you then.